welcome to Big Beard and Friends episode 243. I have been doing this live for the past year because my computer is down, and I hope to change that real soon. Just so we're clear, I knocked over a CD changer. Yes, I still have one. 6-disc. And it fell on my laptop because I was booming music, and it broke it. The screen. Yeah, it's yeah. Anyway. As you guys know, it is Friday. It is 8 o'clock, and where I am, it's a little chilly. I don't know the exact weather right now, but I believe it's got to at least be the 60s, mid 60s, maybe. Anyway, if you are watching me tonight, I thank you and thank you. I'm going to go ahead and move on tonight, shall I say. First and foremost, as I do every single episode, I try to at least, I want to go ahead and tell you that if you are in a spot, if you are in a place where you don't talk to people, where you don't want to be alone, where people don't know, if you're in a season in your life, I want you to understand that it is okay to not be okay. And I didn't know how much those words resonated with people until a friend of mine told me that. A good friend of mine told me that it's okay to not be okay. He said that you told me that, and I've never forgotten it. So there you go. All right, tonight, let me go ahead and get into this. I want to talk about something. I don't know, it came to me, and I heard it. I heard on the radio, and I was like, I want to talk about that. I don't know why. It's just to fill the topic of conversation tonight. But we're going to talk about things that are prone to exaggeration. What does that mean? That means things that people... or things that get exaggerated, that we exaggerate on. For instance, fish stories. That's one of the first things that come into my mind when I hear exaggerations. When I hear exaggerations, I don't know if you guys think stories, but fish stories. The fish was a big fish. He was a really big fish, or he was really, really, really big, and he gets back to your buddy, gets back to that buddy, gets back to somebody else, comes back to you, and by the time it comes back around the world, if you will, you have caught a shark, or another one that gets me is cars. Or how fast they go, or the money they spent on them, or the exaggeration of said truth. It's usually it usually comes with arrogance. If it's exaggerated, a fight you were in, I guess you could say. What else is there? You can have stories of any kind. You can I went camping, and when I went camping, there was a bear, and the bear came and took our food. Well, an exaggeration, as people do, and you're not dumb, but an exaggeration of the story would be, we went camping, and man, this bear came, he was just loud, he's rocking everywhere, and the camp and turning over stuff, and you see what I'm saying? You just keep it going and keep it going and keep it going. You exaggerate the truth, Food gets exaggerated a lot. Maybe that's just my opinion. Certain people be like, try this, you'll like this. And let me tell you something. A lot of the times I don't. I'm not being mean. I just don't. It's exaggerated. Oh, this is the best, whatever. Or, oh, this is where it's got to be at. Or or this is my favorite thing, or you got to try this, and oh, you'll never eat another one like it, or you'll never taste another one like it, and the food is crap. I think when it comes to food, everybody should leave everybody alone. Once again, my opinion. And if you want to eat things, let them eat things. You want to eat snail or escargot, then go ahead. Who cares? I don't eat mushrooms. Everybody I know eats mushrooms, it seems. I know there's people that don't, but you get like in spaghetti, people like mushrooms. And that's another thing people talk about, oh, this is the best spaghetti. I did say food, so I can't pinpoint directly every food, but a lot of foods. I'm saying a lot of foods that people have told me that I've tried. There's people that have told me stuff and I've not tried stuff, but a lot of stuff I have tried and it absolutely just didn't like it. And I'm not being the hard to get along with guy. Maybe I'm not the guy you need to ask, do you like this? So you won't have to exaggerate the truth or your opinion. It's more like an exaggerated opinion, really, when you look at it. What else do people do? I said food, but restaurants. Let's go to restaurants. People, a lot of the times I hear that people, oh, this is the best restaurant, or oh, this is the best this, or this is what I like the most, or you guys got to try this. It's the best in town. What? And no offense to anyone who's put us, or me, or family, or whoever in that predicament, or situation, but a lot of the times it's not. Maybe I'm not open as much. Maybe people are not open as much. Maybe everybody's got strong opinions. I don't know. Something that's exaggerated a lot is your pay. I make this, or I make that, or I bet you don't do this. Or, people are popping their collars because they make good bank. They make good money. I mean, that's cool and very respectable, but who cares? Put your money on the wood. Turn around and bet. Do whatever you got to do. Bring food to the table. Just saying. I'm just saying. People do that a lot to the pay. They exaggerate. They exaggerate fights. Speaking of fights, you're probably not here right now. If you're watching this, you were probably watching this not live. Tonight, the exaggerated, we've been talking about the famous fight. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, what's going to happen? They've been exaggerating it, right? That's prone to exaggeration. Fights, boxing, matches, sports in general. Something that is very, very, very common. Very, very common. And something that I think gets us and gets me going is a lot of times our friendships are exaggerated. What do I mean by that? Oh, well, he's my best friend, or she's my best girlfriend, or oh, they're my best, and they're not. And some people are sick with it, is what I call it, where they just constantly, my friend's better than yours, or my friend's better than them's, and like who cares? It is something that's prone to exaggeration, is friendships. I mean, maybe you're trying to flex on the other friend that blew the other one off, or didn't like this one, or didn't want to be with that one. I don't know. Everybody's different. And I always say that. I say everybody's different. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know how to act. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to do at times like when I say that. That's prone to exaggeration. Making fun of someone is also prone to exaggeration. If you look, you're mocking them. Oh, look at their nose. Their nose is big. Now, some of it can be fun, and some of it can be mean. Some of it could, I guess, be innocent. Exaggeration would be Like I said, friendships, I think, is exaggerated a lot. Relationships are exaggerated, where people are putting on Facebook or these social medias, and once again, this is my opinion, where they're exaggerating their their relationship, their marriage, their whatever's going on. They exaggerate a lot. Oh, look at me and look at this. And I have this theory that when they do that and they get on and they're constantly posting about each other or for instance, the family stuff, and the girls constantly like this guy and this guy here and this guy's the one and this is marriage and this is what's going on. I believe when they're all happy like that, some of them, not all of them, are actually having real problems. I think that's where the problem lies, you know. Or how about this one? When the guy's constantly posting about his kids, that means they're having marital problems. You know, that might not be a truth thing, but I believe things are different. Oh, wow. That just happened. I hit the wrong button there. But I believe that people are prone to lies, you know, and that's a good one I'm going to write down here. I've got some that I'm covering here, just what I'm doing here. But lies, exaggerated lies. And for what reason? Self-centered people. They want to look at each other and tell you, you know, I'm the best here. That's another thing, gloating. You exaggerate, or boasting, I guess is another word to say, about yourself, what you can and can't do. And I've been doing this 25, 30 years, or I've been doing this 10 years, or I've been doing this, and you haven't done this, and you're that person who's been doing it that long, the experienced person, yelling or getting on or scolding someone who has no idea. That's an exaggeration of their I guess you'd say their not their demeanor, but their character. You know, some people exaggerate their character. They exaggerate who they are in order to get a response. I think a lot of things, we could go on and compare apples and oranges all day, but I believe that people, we are prone to exaggerate things, but there's things that are prone to exaggeration. You see what I'm saying? And I just wanted to touch that tonight. I think one of the biggest things that we exaggerate is ourselves. Now, you may say, Big Beard, I'm lost right there. What do you mean? You exaggerate yourself? Yeah, check this out. It's when you can exaggerate when people ask you, how are you? You doing all right? And we say, yeah, I'm fine. Exaggerating? Are you really? Are you really okay? Are you just trying to be trying to be comical? When we tell people that we're okay and exaggerated the truth, that's a different type. You see, you dig what I'm saying? Blake, Big Beard, how you doing today? And I'm really in a deep, dark spot. I don't want to be bothered. I'm being, and there's other definitions. But how are you doing? You doing great? Oh, yeah, man, I'm doing absolutely fine. I can't have a better day, and keep on and on. Not me per se, but, I guess it's kind of misconstrued on that line of lies and lying and not telling someone the truth. But we exaggerate our health, that we're okay. I do believe that. To say, I don't know, there's many meanings. I'm sitting there thinking why I'm talking about it, but prone to exaggeration are these lies. And those lies we can tell one another that you're okay. We can tell one another that it's okay to leave me alone or, get back, I don't know. Like I said, from fish to cars to the stories in life, relationships, ourselves, friendships, food, restaurants, it's all exaggerated, right? So one could easily say, well, is life exaggerated? It can be to a point. I believe that everybody goes through things in our lives. Okay? Well, I know that. I know we do. I also know that not everybody likes other people involved in their life. Because I believe if you give, how can I say it to use the word? If you give an exaggerated account, when you represent yourself or the situation as larger, better, or worse than in reality it is. So when you tell people you're fine, you're not. You tell people your relationship is great, it's not. Not everybody's that way. This is just what, staying on the topic here. It's a type of, what would you say? Well, here the definition gives the enlarged or altered beyond normal proportion exaggerated definition, and that's just one of them there. Overstated. I think one of the words that that come to my mind is mental health. People do ask, people do say, they have stories that can recount things, recount things over and over and over and over and over. If you make something seem larger than it is, I think you're hiding stuff. I'll say it like that. If you, like I said, if it's for better, if it's for worse, or that excessively or inappropriately heightened feeling there, or overstated. It's only got a area, but exaggerations happen. You indicate that something is very, very bad or worse than it is. I call it the attention. But I guess it could be good or bad depending on the situation, the purpose. But you can do it in art. You can exaggerate a character. You can literature, the way they talk, humor, emphasis, persuasion, stuff like that. That does happen. I'm reading some of this, but it's okay. Is something, or shall I say, it's something that some people think is a sin. I'm serious. On the other hand, it can be sinful to utilize exaggeration when we're trying to present ourselves in a way that is beyond anywhere near the truth. You see what I'm saying? If you utilize exaggerations when you're trying to present yourself in a way that is beyond anything close to the truth, I mean, exaggerating on your resume, for example, would it be a sin for exaggerating? We're trying to get the opinion of the one viewing? I mean, our accomplishments, or is that just a flat out lie? A lot of people exaggerate to the point where it is a problem. But I will tell you a way to deal with it. You can challenge the exaggerations. I'm serious. Well, in my family, I love my mother, but on her side of the family, they absolutely exaggerate a lot. From everything to telling me about this little knife right here. See all these holes? These holes in it are from pins that were 100-year-old pins, and them 100-year-old pins were 3 of them, so it was 300 years old. No, that's not. This is a 300-year-old knife. Watch it open and fold and got the cork in it and got a toothpick in it. It's 300 years old just because of them screws. No. Challenge that. They may exaggerate because they're looking for just attention. Or they want to appear interesting because they think they do. People, that's just what people do. I look a lot of things up. I observe a lot, but a lot of it is my opinion. Or they need others just to like them, okay? You really don't know. You don't. Challenge the reason behind exaggeration. Showing you already find them interesting, and you already like them, with or without their inflated stories. Just tell them. Say, hey, I want to hear more about this. What do you know? Challenge it. If you have the exaggerated liars, have you guys ever seen them? A lie is something someone tells you with an intent to deceive you, right? Well, we know that. Something constructed to give you the wrong impression. It's a lie. It's a hyperbole. Is that what they call that? Is that what they call that? It's exaggeration rather than deceit. It's big talk. You know what I'm saying? What causes people? What we don't know what just causes people. So listen, exaggerations are, it may be a form of lying. Promotes a social connection with other people. It could be due to a number of social factors. They may just might be awkward around people. Exaggerations may allow listeners to become more absorbed in the story or the process. They're trying, in the gist of the information, they're trying to do more effectively, so they exaggerate. I caught this fish. He's this big. I said that earlier. That's the ones that come. And we all know the fish store. We all know someone, if you're not that person yourself, we all know someone. What's the trait for someone who exaggerates? This is interesting here. It's called histrionic personality disorder. It's chronic. It's a chronic disease, enduring psychiatric conditions characterized by a constant pattern of pervasive attention-seeking behaviors and exaggerated emotional displays. Now, right here, it's going to step on some people's toes. Some people do have exaggerated emotional displays where I got a friend of mine. I love him. But when he gets mad, he likes to scream at small stuff, or likes to throw things around and act like, it's something it's not. And I don't go for that. I will just sit there like, it doesn't bother me. What I really like to do sometimes is slap him. Is he constantly this way? No. But I believe he has that exaggerated emotional display where he's lashing out at something and knowing that other people can't agree, and he's going to wait for someone to say something. Maybe it's not him, just him, but there's people that do things to grab people's attention, and when you say something, it absolutely they get exaggerated emotional displays. And I don't know why. I'm not doing anything. I'm just over here reading. And they are reading, but they're reading and they're trying to tap, and would you not do that? I'm over here reading. I'm not, y'all know what I mean. I don't know. There is actually a word for someone who exaggerates constantly. all the time. And I'm telling you, you're not going to believe it, but there is a word for that. And get ready for this. We can all say this word. You can look it up at vocabulary.com, dictionary.com. I don't care where you look it up. It's called puffery. Puffery. So I think that's what it's called, puffery. There you go. These examples appear in all those as the word puffery. So someone who's actually, they're puffery. I don't know. I guess lies and exaggerations usually go. We all know family members. I said earlier, they pathologically lie. Pathological liars are absolutely someone you need to stay away from. They lie, they exaggerate. They're also known as, it's a chronic behavior of habitual lying is all it is. People that have to constantly lie to say something. Not telling it, not, unlike the telling of the occasional white lie to avoid hurting someone's feelings or getting in trouble. A pathological liar and exaggerator seems to do it for no reason. No reason. It's like they have a bravado, is what I say. Like they want people to say that, or to think that they have, whatever they're lying about. They want them to think that's the truth. And I don't understand that either. I'll talk about lying maybe soon enough, but if you have someone who constantly amplifies, for another word, better word, or enlarge and overdo and overemphasize, exaggerate everything that they say and everything that they do, I don't know. At what point does an exaggeration become a lie? Lie is a deliberate falsehood. Remember that. I wasn't talking about lying, but exaggerations and lies go together. So, when you got a lie that is a deliberate falsehood towards you, and a hyperbole is true, but exaggerated. So far, an example, if I say something like, I caught a foot-long fish, but it was really only 9 inches. That's a type of like hyperbole. You know what I'm saying? A lie would be, if I didn't catch any fish, I just wanted people to think I did. Like there was no, oh yeah, I got 2 or 3 nibbles. I'm gonna speak the truth. Most people are, but I don't know. What exaggerates a person's features? I'm going to answer that question. The features that we have is a caricature. It's a pictorial, written, or acted representation of a person which exaggerates his or her characteristics for a comic effect. You can usually find these at like amusement parks or carnivals or Six Flags or somewhere that they draw the caricature. That's another type of exaggeration. You can exaggerate in comic books when they draw and put emphasis on somebody. Or if you drew, say, my beard, you might draw it extra big, Or if you drew me in my body, I would go like this, and then my belly would be out. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I'm going to give you one final example of exaggeration in a sentence. The book exaggerates the difficulties he faced in starting his career. It's impossible to exaggerate the importance of discovery. He tends to exaggerate when talking about his accomplishments. He exaggerated movements so we could see them more clearly. So from movements to food to stories to cars to relationships to restaurants to fights, all the way down to the definition of lying and exaggeration, it comes. Exaggeration is, it's like an habitual thing. Like we just can't wrap our heads around it. It happens. I don't know. Guys, go out and enjoy your Friday. There's still some evening to it, right? There's still some things here going down. Don't really know what you're doing. Don't care what you're doing. Those 3 words that I say every single Friday to take us out. Thank you so much. Love, peace, chicken grease. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Yeah.